going on, good people? The Fowl Language Podcast is back, baby. What's up?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? We are back. For most of you guys, it was probably like a week off that we took.
Yeah.
I think we took like 2, 3. Man, I don't know.
Yeah, we took.
It feels like all of May, man. To be honest with you,
All of man has been a fucking
I don't know.
blur, man. But we here.
Yeah, I bet it has, man.
I'm telling you. But like always, you might just hear some foul language. So go ahead and put the kiddies to bed. Accessories ready. Let's get into this wibble, man. So let's start with you, bro. What's best in life?
All right, man. So I don't have as much going on as you. I've been just chilling around the house. I had all these plans during our break to do all this other shit. I was like, man, I'm tired because it's been working while Simone's doing schoolwork, and then having to do the editing and shit with this afterwards. Like, you know what? I ain't doing shit. So we just chilled out the whole time. And that was it, man. My computer came, my mouse came, my keyboard came.
Oh, shit.
So now I just got to organize the command center. It's looking good. I got a couple more things to add, but it's looking good. Let's see. Simone is going to the 2nd grade.
Ooh, let's go.
Shout out to her. Doing big things, man. Proud of her. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yep. She's got this little bookmark to read 10 books and gets free froyo. She's like 6 books in. She was trying to read them all in one night. You know her. Finally got this guy working again. So I'm excited about that. That's working. So that's a small victory. Gonna be working in the garage. Finally getting back to that. Been nursing some back pain, so I think I'm at a good spot to finally get the garage organized. And with some rain too. So we've had rain, so I couldn't wheel the motorcycles out and get space in the garage like I need. And I think I told you.
Your back getting better?
So what?
Is your back getting better?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, feeling pretty good. So I got some new stuff to work on with that and working out. And like I said, the rain, and I messed around and forgot to put the Harley on the trickle charger. I think I told you.
Yeah.
And the battery died. So new battery came in yesterday.
Nice.
So I'll drop the acid in that, charge it up, and it should be ready to go. Hopefully by next week. Well, the one that I got is the acid. So it's fine. I've done it before. Just flip that bitch over, drop the acid in until it stops, and then you're good to go. Right. I had to change the battery on the Triumph too, so it's no big deal.
Man, you been turning wrenches.
Let's see. And then nothing like, I ain't dropping the motor or no shit like that, but I can do the basics if I feel like it.
Hey, turning wrenches is turning wrenches.
Changing the battery ain't shit. That's undo 2 screws and put 2 screws back. I could do that.
Yeah. Right
on. Yeah. Only thing that sucks is when you're not expecting to have to change the battery. That shit sucks.
Mm-hmm. Don't I know it?
But I bet we all do.
Yes, sir.
And then last thing I got is just I took some time out and I used my lovely pellet smoker to smoke some whiskey. I think I did it last weekend.
Mm-hmm. So you smoked whiskey?
Low and slow with a pan on top of another pan. Pulled out a nice little smoky flavor. A couple things I want to tweak for next time, but it was fun. Fun little experiment.
So smoking alcohol. Am I getting it right?
Yeah, so you kind of infuse a lot more smoky flavor into it. So yeah. Yeah.
Put some Hennessy, see what happens.
Oh shit! Today is, I think, National Cognac Day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For those that do cognac.
I didn't get none this time. But...
I thought about it. Of all the people in the world that would have cognac on Cognac Day, I thought it'd be you.
Yeah, but hey. smoke some Hennessy, get that VSOP with a nice wood grain flavor, But that's cool. Yeah. I've never heard of nobody doing that. That's actually awesome.
Yeah, they actually sell like kits to force the smoke in, or you can like put your glass in like a bowl, and the smoke will kind of infuse in it. Or you can just take some smoke, blow it in your glass, and shake it around. That's the easy way.
Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know that was a thing that I didn't know was a thing. Might try it though, see if there's any kind of difference.
And then just shake it in, and then you got a nice little bouquet of smoke.
That's some cool shit.
You know, always trying to try new things. So, man, that's it for me. Just a whole bunch of little stuff going around. And for you, sir, what is best?
First of all, we're not gonna pretend like that dinosaur didn't just fly past on your screen just now. But
hey man, leave the pterodactyls alone, man.
This nigga. I was like, damn.
I'm used to it, man.
I'm trying. But yeah, what's best in life? First of all, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the background is not the same background. I'm no longer in Atlanta no more. We actually officially touched down in Mississippi last week after a weekend of a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see from the hat, you know what I'm saying, had a little event going on. But prior to the event, Kenji graduated high school. I have a freaking high school graduate. Another.
That's right. Yes.
The second Spartan on both sides. No, second Spartan just for us. But either way, she graduated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She had a nice little trip. She just came back today, actually.
Yes, she did.
Yep, and then the event was real dope, man. The models, they did their thing. You know, got to meet a couple of different type of people. You know what I'm saying? You know how I am. So that atmosphere really ain't never been my atmosphere before. So being able to actually mingle in and talk to some people with a different mindset than what I've expected was really cool. The family came down. Unc performed, had everybody in there crying. Damn it, Uncle Maud. Yeah, everybody.
I know.
It was a good show.
Yeah, I watched it on your live, and I was like,
he got me, man. I had to turn it off and give one of our family members a hug. I ain't gonna say who it is, but you know who it is. What else? Then you know, we just came back here to good old Mississippi, and while waiting on our household goods, we've been doing some exploring. Found some little cool eating spots. I don't know if you've seen the picture, but I had a macaroni and cheeseburger that was humongous. It was delicious though, but humongous.
Yeah, I saw that burger that was bigger than you.
Yeah,
I saw that.
And everything is just it's rolling, man. I can't say it's been awesome, but it's been a month. It's been a month. It's just been a real busy month. Start getting used to being tired after a while. Like it just feel like that's how you're supposed to feel. And I had wasabi today. That shit there, boy.
Oh.
That shit'll clean your whole sinus tract the fuck out. Yeah, burn your fucking.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Your fucking head start hurting. I was like, oh my god, what the hell? And I figured out that's why the samurais talk like that, because of fucking wasabi. That's exactly why they talk like cause they mouth high. That's exactly why they talk like that, man. But other than that,
hey, have you ever had a Japanese style coffee?
No, not real coffee.
This shit's so strong, man. That shit's so strong. Hell yeah.
They drink strong ass coffee and eat wasabi. Of course you're gonna be ready to chop a motherfucking head off with a katana. You know what I mean? Oh shit. The Kids Genius Hour, that shit is rolling, you know what I'm saying? I just dropped episode 4 with Malia, so she did her thing like that. Oh, and shout out to Kim, by the way, because she hit me up earlier with some little tidbits for Shania to be set up for greatness. So shout out to her.
Cool.
Appreciate that, sis, by the way. And with that, man, that's what's best in life, brother.
Oh, I got one more for you that you ain't talking about. How's your AMC looking, man?
Oh man, I mean it dropped a little, you know. But I'm still up like a motherfucker. Like when it got to the 60 something, man, I was in that bitch dancing, boy. You would have thought I was James Brown or what's that fucking movie with Tom Cruise? With Jerry Maguire. You would think I was doing the damn Jerry Maguire dance in the goddamn kitchen, man.
Yeah.
I was like, babe, look at this. Money.
Yeah, I'm still having fun with it, man. It's like TV to me.
Yeah. And those starting to try to creep too now.
Well, yeah, it got, let's see, Robinhood announced that eventually you'll get your possession of your coins. So you can transfer them to different wallets or to your own wallet if you want to, without going into what I mean by wallets. And it's on Coinbase now. So Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges in the U.S. And yeah, they got kind of backed into it. So they're on there now. So it took a nice little pop-up.
Yeah, Coinbase is really simple to use, by the way.
Yes, Coinbase itself, but the fees are a bitch.
Yeah, she's kind of high.
That's why I switched to for Pro, and I'm looking at a couple other ones too to work with them.
Well, give me a couple bucks. I'll switch to Pro with them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's a little bit of a learning curve, but it ain't that hard.
Yeah, man. Before we really jump into the show, man, another What's Best in Life, bros. We recording again. I've been waiting to record.
I know.
Good, we back at it. So I'm really excited about tonight's episode. Not just what we're talking about, but just to be on here doing what we do, man. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. What up?
What's going on, everybody? Notice is a new day. It is right outside. Clothes are different.
Yeah,
everything like that. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties in the last episode. Or the last attempt at the episode.
Tell me about it.
So instead of trying to fight through, which we thought about, we just figured we'd tack on the rest of it here. Yeah. And it gives us an opportunity to have another one of these guys and chop it up for an hour or two. So
you don't want to force nothing. If it ain't working out, sometimes it's best just to put it down, start over later.
That's right. So what is best is still what is best.
It is.
And we're going to jump right back in with what we were going to talk about for this afternoon now.
Let's get it.
So new setups, bear with us. Things might be a little different for this time, but we'll get it together sooner or later.
My fault.
So thanks for sticking with us. Yeah, we'll just blame Kevin. All right, everybody. So what I want to talk about is I don't know if you remember, we bought Simone a Switch for Christmas. Had this intention of, she could play on that and have fun. Two of her friends, they have Switches, so they could all be at church playing together and stuff like that, and it'd be good times. But she don't play it. She's happy as can be playing Roblox and Minecraft on her tablet, which is fine.
We got to get her information, man, so she can play with the boys.
Yeah, we'll work that out. Probably once this is done, we'll figure out how to get that going. So I decided that I was gonna sit up and I was gonna get a couple games and I was gonna make it Daddy Switch. And so I get on there and I'm looking, trying to find a game, and I'm cheap, so I'm looking and I'm like, okay, there's a couple games that I know of that I want to play. Let's see what they cost. So I go to Mortal Kombat and I'm like, okay, cool. This is $20. I can get with that, even if it's not the most recent one. I'm cool. So I read and I'm like, shit, it's the expansion pack. So I look down, I'm like, all right, well, fine. What's the expansion pack? Then what's the game gonna be like? It's still $60. So I'm like, yo, like, why the game $60? So I got to thinking about it. And I mean, like I said, I wanted to try to get in the game, and then one day I want to get a PS5 and play all the God of Wars. But based on what I'm seeing, they still gonna be $60 a piece by the time I'm ready to pay it. I got to thinking about it is by the time you get a system, if you want headphones, you got controllers, you got memory cards, every single game is expensive. So
it does get expensive.
I started feeling like gaming is stupid, man. So and I got a little annoyed, man, and didn't buy a damn game at all. Because I was gonna buy Bayonetta. Bayonetta was on the Wii too.
Is that good? I've never played it.
The first one was fun. I mean, it's a God of War hack and slash style
Oh, really?
type game. I mean, it's not that style, but it's 360 degrees, enemies coming at you from all directions, beat them up using magic power. So it's fun. I mean, you can upgrade. It's similar vein, but God of War does it better.
I might look into that because I actually see it on my Game Pass.
Yeah. So I paid the first one back on the Xbox. Speaking of, I mean, I got Dragon Age. I probably still won't finish those because they probably still expensive. So yeah, I was like, all right, we're gonna do that. It's still $60. And I'm like, oh, how long has this game been out? I don't get like the discount. And I mean, that's what I miss about GameStop is I would always buy games used and get that discount. So now it's stupid because you can go broke trying to keep up with the games and the expansion packs and every damn thing else. So I wanted to see if you could help me sort this out and kind of explain to me as the gamer that you are, cussing in Madden, why?
Might get a game in later.
Well, you said that like you were looking the whole time I was talking like, yeah, I'm gonna get that Madden. I can't wait. Like,
hey, I ain't played in a couple of weeks. But last person I beat was Tangier Boyfriend and his brother. Back to back. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Family trees, bro.
Yeah. You know, I do this shit. But like you were saying, man, that shit is very expensive, especially now going into like GameStop and shit like that. Because basically what these systems are doing now is you pay this extra $10 a month, you'll have access to this whole archive full of video games and shit. Or different video game creators that have specials and sales and shit that are you can only buy it through the console. Basically what they're doing is they're slowly trying to switch everything to like digital and everything. And that's really what I do now too. I don't go to GameStop anymore. I get all my stuff digital, but some of that shit is just fucking ridiculous. Like I was playing this game called Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And I beat it. They gave you a couple of teasers because there's 2 more episodes. And I'm like, oh shit, extra parts, let's get it. But then in order to play the extra parts, you need to get the 1-year pass, which was $40. And then you had to buy something called Red Patriot, I think, some shit like that. And you can buy it with your money. You had to get the scale bucks or whatever the hell they call the little money currency for that game. You would have to buy that. So to have enough scale bucks or whatever to get all the shit to continue playing, bro, you're spending about 80 fucking dollars.
Well, see, and that's why I think cryptocurrency and gaming is going to be a very important, profitable thing. Because what you just described was if they made that put that on the blockchain and made it a crypto, you got cryptocurrency, but neither here nor there. That's not what you're telling me. Oh, my stupid.
But you know, people play that shit. Me personally, if I'm into a storyline, i.e., like you said, Dragon Age. Now, the first Dragon Age, you have Origins, then you have Awakening, then you have these other little sub DLCs and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of DLCs because it shows, okay, after I beat the main story, what happens next before they get to the actual prequel, which is cool if it's affordable. Now, just like any other hobby, shooting, fishing, fucking coin collecting, whatever hobby, you're gonna spend some money if that's your hobby. You know what I'm saying?
And that's true. That's true.
If you're really into that, you're gonna spend that fucking money. But if you're just trying to just ease your way back into it, yeah, you're gonna look at it like, man, hell no.
Right.
Fuck, I'm spending $60 for a mic for.
That's a good point. That's a good point right there. Because I mean, that's the problem I'm having right now. I'm like, the hell with that. I still got a PlayStation 2, a Dreamcast, and a Sega. I just play the hell out of those.
They don't make those games no more.
That's okay. I will play Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3 until
you play all them bitches on the Xbox right now.
I know. Well, see, that's the thing. All the games I thought about buying was like those, and I was like, I refuse to pay money to download.
Yeah, so
I almost bought Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah, I still haven't played it. I've been going back and forth. I think it's like $8.99, $12.99, some shit like that.
On the Switch, it was like $25.
So
that brings up another issue. So what you're saying is that across different systems, the prices might be different.
Yeah, the prices might change. Well, from Nintendo to everything else, you know, Microsoft and Sony, they compete. So their shit is relatively going to be the same.
Sure, makes
across the
sense.
board. They might cut you a better deal on PlayStation than they do Xbox, but I mean it's relatively the same depending on your system and everything like that. The newest systems, the next gen systems, I mean it's still the same as far as money goes, but you're paying all this money for graphics and the 1.72 framework speed and all this other shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care. I don't care.
Right.
I just want it because I got all the rest of them, just to be honest with you. But you know what I'm saying? If gaming is something you really want to get into, you know what I mean? You are going to have to spend a little bit of money. However, make sure it's something you want. I won't buy any game, especially a new game, unless I YouTube the trailer, the gameplay, the reviews. I do my research like you do your research on every fucking thing. I do my research on video games before I buy them bitches. Or I wait till they free. Like I just tried the Conan game. It's called Conan Exiles. And I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm glad I waited till that shit was free. Because a lot of stuff is starting. You're paying more because it's mainly multiplayer. And then that's where they get you with the multiplayer because you can only level up a certain way until you drop some money into your scale bucks or your V-bucks or your Robux or whatever fucking bucks there is to upgrade the shit. But it's fun. It's fun.
Sure.
Like Assassin's Creed, I would buy new weapons. Like certain weapons you can't get. Oh shit, that shit's cool. $2.99 and you get 2,500 of the little Assassin's Creed bucks. Yeah, okay, sure. $2.99. Yeah. That's cool. But motherfuckers be putting like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I mean, it's a brilliant business model, man.
Yeah, shit.
I mean, and the people gonna pay it. I mean, it's a supply and demand thing. If people gonna buy it, they gonna do it. And for every one of me that's like, what the hell, man? Why is it so expensive? there's like 10 of you and worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, if it's out, it's coming out by who I want it. I'm gonna get it. Because I mean, I remember back in my GameStop days, I bought some shitty games before. And you know, if I paid full price, I'd be mad. But if I paid $15, I mean, I ain't gonna, you know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. But my personal opinion, I think GameStop is having a hard time trying to keep up with the actual systems and game creators putting in these deals and shit. Like,
well, yeah, we could talk about that, and that gets into the whole GameStop short squeeze.
Yeah,
my thoughts on where they're going after that too, because they're dabbling in cryptocurrency too. But that's another topic for another day.
But if you are going to game, if you got Xbox, they call it the Game Pass. I forgot what the PlayStation one is called. But like I was saying earlier, you pay $10.99 a month or $15.99 a month. You have this big archive full of fucking games. If you're going to get started back into gaming and you don't want to break the bank, that's how I would start. Because Mortal Kombat, you can find that on there. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit on there. And you don't pay nothing but that monthly fee. And you can just download all these games.
Well, that's cool. I could get behind that. I mean, that's something I could do. I mean, especially, you know, getting started again. I don't have to play the most recent games.
Yeah.
I got 10 years of backlog that I can play. I mean, I ain't played Mortal Kombat 10. So
I ain't played Mortal Kombat since I had a Game Gear, bro.
Wow. Wow. I played a little more recent than that.
No, I haven't.
But that, I don't play any sports games. I mean, I tried to play Borderlands, and I feel like that was just better on PC based on how the controls were.
Yeah, I heard it was a good game. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I kept dying, so I gave up, sold it.
That's how it was. What was that game? Sicario or something. The hardest fucking game ever in fucking life. Fuck that game, man.
You talking about that? It's a Japanese game. That's Seki, I thought. Sicario is a Mexican mobster, ain't it? Sicario is a movie.
It's spelled SEKI some shit. Hold on, now I'm about to make me look this much. So it's Sekiro, SEKIRO shadow died twice. That game is fucking ridiculous. I've only seen YouTubers with that millions of views that have ever beaten that shit. Hardest game ever. I put the shit down. And I paid my $60 for it. That's why I was pissed.
See, and that's why I would be pissed because I'm not that good to even get nowhere. If you say it's hard, it would be virtually impossible.
Bro, I couldn't get past the beginning.
Right. Well, and I heard that game was notorious because it was just so hard. Like people kind of like some masochistic stuff. They just enjoyed the punishment of it being so hard.
Yeah, like not me. I enjoy a challenge, But if it's just ridiculous, like ain't no way in hell this butterfly bitch should not have died. She should have fucking died, and she didn't die.
Sounds like we coming up to repressed trauma there, bro.
She didn't die, man. She didn't fucking die. But sports games, I'm a fucking Madden every year. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna get
excited about Madden just now. Ooh,
I'm not gonna get the ultimate, the gold, the platinum, all that other shit. I'm just gonna get the regular one. Cause motherfuckers like I don't get it. Motherfuckers like all that extra shit. Like pay $80 fucking and you get a helmet for your character and a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Well, like you see, like the YouTubers, because I think last time one of the Marvel vs. Capcoms came out, and they had like the big old thing where you had like a figurine and shit. And I mean that's kind of cool because if you into that, you can have it in your whatever. But yeah, I don't care about that downloadable stuff. I even find it on like 1942, the little mobile airplane shooting game.
Yeah,
they always trying to get you to spend more money to upgrade. I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna keep dying.
Yeah, I was just gonna get there too. The mobile games is going the exact same fucking route. You pay. Yeah. Me and Janeke got sucked into it for a second. We was playing this game called Clash Royale, and $4.99 every season. You get access to different chests and all this other shit. Sucked us in for about 3 months. I ain't even gonna lie. But then we just stopped playing the shit because I mean they'll suck you in. Cause, oh man, I feel like I really got to have this shit. But like I said, for you, just start small, man. Because I know you. I think you got a something. I don't know what the hell you got over there.
I got the Xbox 360. I got a Switch. I've got my Mac Mini now that you can do some basic gaming on that. Mm-hmm. And then the old school stuff, I got a Sega, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2.
Yeah, well, good luck finding an Xbox One or PS4. Them shits is just as hard to find as a fucking Series X or a PS5. Motherfuckers is buying them shits like crazy too.
I believe it. So, I mean, I'm in no rush. So if I can find one, I'll do it. If not, I'll just be playing Luigi's Mansion for the rest of my days. Because that's what we got some on. So
right. Big on the Roblox.
I'm halfway through it. Hey, I might. Shoot.
I can't get into it.
I'm all about supporting everything that I have stock in. So
right.
And they doing pretty good for me, so I can't complain.
Yeah, I couldn't get into that on Minecraft. Doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I can't either. I tried, and I was like, nope, not for me. So
yeah, I gave it a try. Yeah, man. So you still feel like gaming is stupid?
Yes. No, I'm joking. I think you just have to, like with anything, go in with realistic expectations and try to temper yourself. And then mentioning the Play Pass or the Game Pass, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah. I'll look and see if Switch has one of those because that may be what I'm missing.
They might.
Because I mean, they have like all the Naruto, Ninja Storms and stuff like that. So I'll see what I can find.
But yeah, like you said, Naruto, they had deals on that too. I bought all of them. It was like $30 for the thing.
And I can get with that. So even if you don't like one of them, I mean, you can at least live through the story, and that can be fun. Because like I remember, I was gonna get a PS4 when Jump Force came out. And then I was at your house and you played and he was like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, save your money.
I even deleted the PS4 out of my cart. I was like, you know what? I ain't even gonna get it.
And you know what? The PS4 version of the Game Pass thing, they actually do have all of the God of Wars on there. That's how I played them all after I got my PS4. The sole reason for my PS4 was God of War. I can't wait for the new one. Ragnarok or whatever they call them.
Yeah. Yeah, because I thought they were gonna stop, but I guess they're gonna make them forever. I mean, as good as they
got to do one more. They got to do one more. Like if you played the last one, you would see like his son. Spoiler alert: his son is Loki, actually.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, and the next one's supposed to be him a little older and stuff like that. Because eventually he's supposed to kill Kratos or something like that. Because there was like a painting on the wall of Kratos being dead and his son standing over him. So.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Because like I said, I still keep up. I mean, enough to even know what you're talking about.
Right.
But I just don't pay the money. So maybe one day. I don't think it's stupid. So
we changed his mind, folks. We got him. We got him.
Gotta just temper my expectations in Game Pass. So.
Right on.
So man, I was couple of things. I was listening to I listen to Dr. Boyce Watkins on YouTube a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and he recently got married a couple weeks ago, and
Congratulations.
he was saying, definitely, he was saying that in the comments people were calling him a simp for getting married,
Hmm.
and then I was talking to some buddies of mine, and they were saying, yeah, they would consider us simps now because we married. And so I got to thinking about it, man, and I was like, hmm, really? So what what are your thoughts on the whole simp phenomenon? And so we are all on the same page. I'm gonna look up a nice definition for the word simp so we can all be on the same page. All right. So the definition that we're gonna work for tonight's or this afternoon's episode
Mm-hmm.
is going to be the one from the illustrious Wikipedia. And it says a simp is an internet slang term describing someone who Mike got in my face. Someone who performs excessive sympathy and attention towards another person, sometimes in pursuit of a sexual relationship. Urban Dictionary defines a simp as someone who does way too much for a person they like. Usually, I don't see it another way, but I see it usually as men simping for women.
Yeah.
So, first, let's talk about like the concept of a simp itself, and then let's talk about just because you're married doesn't mean you're a simp.
All right. So basically, what a simp does is one good example of it is this chick has a boyfriend. This lady has a boyfriend. I'm sorry, chick might not be. Whatever. Fuck off.
Yeah.
This lady has a boyfriend, but she knows this other cat likes her like a motherfucker.
Sure.
So the one that likes her will do any and every fucking thing she asks for, give her money, bring her food, get her car fixed, all this other stuff. The whole time she got a whole boyfriend, and these cats is going out bad just because they want the woman or whatnot. And as far as being married, that no, being married and being a simp, that's two completely different things. Because being a simp, like I just explained, is you're lusting after this woman. You know what I'm saying? You thirsty, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and she's not giving you the time of day. She just taking your money, she taking your time and everything else while she got another dude laid up with her. You're just sitting there looking like somebody out for American Pie or some shit. I don't know.
Right. Like
but
one day I'll have my chance.
Yeah, exactly. Like you sitting there waiting. This ain't no sporting event. You ain't waiting for the starting quarterback to go down so you can jump in, punk ass. So yeah, those definitely simps. However, a married man is not no simp. They can be. They can be.
Yes.
However, most of them not. Like me and you in particular, we cherish, we honor, we put our wives on pedestals. You know what I'm saying? And we run our family as a whole. There's no, oh, yes, honey, right away, honey. I'm gonna run, honey. Yes, whatever you say, honey, right away. Because there's so many cats that are doing that. And those cats like that are simps. You know what I'm saying? You got your woman, your wife cheating on you. She's taking all the money. She ain't paying the bills. You're doing everything fucking possible in that marriage, and you just constantly getting fucked over, and you know you're getting fucked over. That would be a definition of a simp for a married man, sir.
Cool. Got you. So I'm gonna pick up right where you left off. I even wrote it down just to make me think of it. So the one difference too is if you're married and if all this stuff happens, you're gonna do anything to keep her. And that's along those same lines. It's like, you know, you can let her get flued out by a millionaire somewhere.
Not that flued out.
What? Right. So did I tell you about, and I'm going off topic a little bit, but it's relevant. So there was a dude who apparently was in the news, and I don't even know. I feel like I talked about this in an episode before, but Drake flew him and his girl out. They were together for like 8 years, forever fiancés.
Oh, okay. Go keep going. I heard about that.
And apparently, how do I put it? When we filed language, so apparently he smashed. Drake did apparently, and sent him back on his way back home. And so he's all on social media putting her on blast, like, you messed up our happy home, thought we were trying to build together, yada yada yada. And apparently Drake put it in a lyric as a song too.
Going out double bad.
Yeah, man. So
because she was supposed to be in his video or some shit like that.
Yeah,
he flew out there to smash.
They were working on a song or something. But yeah, I mean, I think that's that kind of energy where it's like, you don't see it as like a I mean, granted, let me phrase it like we are lucky to have the women that we have.
Yeah, most definitely.
Definitely. But that doesn't mean I think any less of myself. And I think that's where it is. I don't tie myself worth in being able to have the woman that I have. You know what I'm saying?
And you
And I
can't.
think that's that energy. Right, right, right.
That's part of
And
self-care.
yes, shout out to episode, I think that was 24.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I mean, I think that's the energy, and I mean, I even thinking back about it, we called it different things back in the day, but you always knew that brother where my hug at. What you
Yep.
remember that kind of dude? That dude was always trying to get that hug, and he was always
With my
and
hug.
right, and I mean that.
My bad. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Baby,
And
tell me
then
what that thing smell like.
guess that's why you're trying to get that hug, man. Get as
Yeah,
close as you
man.
can.
Yeah.
But I was shout out to BET Uncut again.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You almost made me forget what I was gonna say, man. That's terrible, terrible, terrible. But I was gonna say that even that whole mindset, and that whole culture, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
is what I feel makes. I mean, and nothing against OnlyFans. If that's your hustle, that's your hustle. More power. But I think that's what gets folks rich on OnlyFans and stuff like that
Yeah.
because they play it into that simp. If I can pay a couple dollars, get some pictures or some videos or a video message of her telling me good morning, have a good day, I'm really doing the thing. I mean, and
Yeah.
I think that's that simp energy. And man, I don't know. I
But you,
mean, I think it can be dangerous
I was
too.
just about to say that. I was just about to say that. You know what I'm saying? Especially for ladies who are using the men out there. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? These simps or whatever. It's absolutely dangerous because these motherfuckers could just pop the fuck off. Like I spent my whole life savings on you. I got your
Right.
hair done, your nails done, and you walking around with this dude.
And
Like,
you feel and they feeling like you owe them something or something like that.
yeah, exactly. But you know what I'm saying? I really can't. I'm trying to reverse this with the simp shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman being a simp, but it's not really the case. Cause they savages.
I mean, I think just thinking about it, I mean, you would almost think that. I mean, it's a different dynamic. I mean, because you would even think of like that woman who's with that dude that know he ain't no good and
Yeah.
trying to do anything to keep him.
Okay.
That's still not that same kind of energy as
Nah.
the simp, though.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's related, but two sides of the same coin, if you will. So
Yeah, they don't understand the difference between being a good dude and being a simp.
mm-hmm.
You know,
And
a
I think
good.
that's the problem for these young cats, man, is that differentiation is it's okay and fine to treat your woman well. You hit on it, self-worth, man. You got to value yourself
Definitely.
and you got to understand who you are, what you bring to the table, and realizing that you ain't got to lessen yourself to please anybody. And if you do, that ain't the right person.
Yeah. We're gonna fuck around, start a damn hashtag no simps. Cause I mean,
But some people are proud of it, bro.
and I don't understand the fuck why. That's the stupidest shit ever. I mean, I got it. I mean, whatever floats your boat, do you, all that other shit. But me personally, and I'm pretty sure you too, how and why, when, where, because you wouldn't catch me being a fucking simp. I don't give a damn who the hell it is. No. I'll help you out once or twice because I'm a good guy. But on that third strike, no. I just see you with that dude that drive 22s through the hood just now. No, you kiss
Right,
my
right,
ass.
right.
Giving you shit. Gotta call him.
Exactly.
Oh, he hit on me. Did you hit him back? Don't call me.
I ain't your man. Now,
Yeah.
I will say, freshman year of college, shout out to the Simps
Uh-oh.
because I ate real good off them bringing
Straight
taking
up.
folks to dinner. I was that dude.
Like, so you're bringing your boyfriend too? Sure. I have no
Right.
problem.
Or
I fucking hate this guy. Sure, no problem. Come on.
so yes.
Come on,
Ain't good
man.
as a broke college student. I ain't
Damn.
even gonna
He was
lie.
one of those dudes. Damn, Lamar.
I was, man, but it's okay.
I was too.
I know you were.
I had one example. I can't really discuss it because of my profession, but
Indeed.
yeah.
I think we talked about it before. We will say no more on that one. So since we'll say no more, in order to no longer incriminate
and we about to
parties
go
of the Fowl Language Podcast, I think it's safest.
It should be. Disclaimer.
I think it's safest to move on and chop it up about
All right.
something else.
Now, oh man. Bible thumpers, are you ready? All right.
I went to church today online.
I didn't. So a lot of people do it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people really live their lives as best they can on the Bible, but with today's climate and you have to accept this and accept that and accept this and accept that. Do you still think, you know what I'm saying, the Bible is words to live by? Like, do people still really follow the Bible?
So again, like I tend to always say, it's not a black and white thing. Because some things aren't, I mean, and I'm being really literal to your question and thinking about is the Bible outdated or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So certain things, yes, are very outdated. Like we're not doing burnt offerings and sacrifices of all those things that happened in the Old Testament and stuff like that. I mean, those kind of things, and then like considering folks unclean and all the rules of what you can't do and what you can do and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is dated. I mean, and then a lot of the terminology, you have to be careful in your interpretation of the words literally because meanings of words change over time.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah,
you can't say nothing now.
Yeah, you really can't. So, since we can't say anything, we won't say anything about that.
Fucking take responsibility for what you say. That's it.
But no, what I'm saying is that in its most basic sense, I think it is. But I think you can't go by what, say, your pastor or you've seen on TV or seen on the news or your favorite personality, be it celebrity, politician, entertainer, whatever says and give you words to live by. You have to read and understand, and sometimes you have to check other translations to understand what that's really saying. And I mean, I give you an example. So depending on who you talk to in the Christian community, and I think I can use this as an example, and it's pretty safe. Ralph Warnock, who won Senate in Georgia, the pastor, completely anti-gun. Completely anti-gun.
Yeah, he said you can't be in the military and serve God at the same time. That's what threw me off.
Right, not true. And then I mean, you even talking about like I talked about guns with my pastor today. So I mean, I think it's that you have to understand. So if you're not understanding for yourself what's really out there, you're going to be confused and swayed by what you hear. You have to form what's right to you and what you can live with. So again, using the guns, for example. I mean, if you go back in the Bible, there ain't nothing say you can't be armed. I mean, Peter, one of the disciples, chopped the ear off.
That is true.
So I mean, he was
definitely defend yourself.
He was armed. I mean, Jesus told him to stand down because he knew what he was about to, was about to happen. But okay, he was armed, disciple. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about like, you get that. I think it's that like we talked about in the religion versus spirituality. People getting a lot of the appearance, versus actually understanding. Like, if I sit and say that I love the Lord, but I have a drink, there are going to be some of those out there that's like,
blasphemer.
How can you be so yada, 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 yada?
You're a hypocrite.
If you read, there ain't nothing about drinking. Now, it does talk about being drunk.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the two.
You can't overindulge, but you can drink.
Right. I mean, and that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Overindulgence. And I mean, you think about it, one of Jesus' first miracles were turning water into wine.
Hello.
So communion, that wasn't grape juice. And so I mean, I think so, to put it simply, I think yes, they are words to live by, because I mean ultimately treat, love the neighbor, love God, treat others like you want to be treated, those kinds of things. How
Mm-hmm.
you treat people, how you interact people, how you deal with your relationship. I mean, and whether you read the Bible or not, how you interact with your family is right in line with a lot of the things that the Bible is teaching. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Protect your family, lead your family, serve your family, those kinds of things. And people get caught up in the details and the nuance, and they're not understanding for themselves. So I think it's word to live by if you know what you're doing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's just like if you trying to put something together and you ain't read the instruction manual, and you mad
Yeah.
because your model kit and came out all jacked up, but you ain't read the manual. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you got to understand what it is and why it is, and not get outraged on social media because somebody took one clip out of context and is like, yo, the Bible is full of it. This is a yada yada yada. No, I mean, it's now you also do have to separate what you see in a lot of the churches
Mm-hmm.
versus what's in the Bible. Now that's a different discussion, but the Bible itself, the book, no. I mean, I think it's definitely words to live by, and I think you just have to understand what you're living by,
Yeah.
and not have someone tell you. Um,
Got you.
so from you, what do you think?
All right. So as far as words to live by, you know what I mean? The way you know, treat people, treat your family, all that other stuff. I honestly don't feel like it's you know what I'm saying, Bible. You know what I mean? That's more of your personality, not necessarily what you read in the Bible at all. It's just how you was
Right. I
raised, how
see what you're
you
saying.
grew up.
I
You
see
know
what
what
you're
I'm
saying.
saying? I personally feel like the Bible has always been a brainwashing tool. After, you know what I'm
It
saying,
can
a
be.
couple of
It can be.
years of research, however, they do have those stories in the Bible that a lot of people, a lot of times, I feel like they take way too literally, like this shit really happened. However, it's more of a metaphor for what you should do, how you should live, how you should look at things. And it has gotten me through a lot of rough times as far as, reading the Bible when I'm stuck on something. Because every time I'm
Sure.
like really stuck somewhere in the past, I just so happen to flip it open, read, and boom, everything that I was feeling was,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, right there. But
Right.
people kind of, I guess you could say, idolize the Bible like it's the be all, end all type thing. And I don't feel like it is. I don't feel
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what I'm saying, we should have to live our lives based on these scriptures or whatever that was written by man in the first place that was probably doing way fucking more than what we were doing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But they use these words, these tools and everything like that to conform the masses, to get you to convert and agree. That's why the Catholics and all these the Christianity faith, when it first came to be or whatever, they started shipping out these missionaries to everywhere,
Sure.
and people started to lose their traditional, you know what I'm saying, religion and spirituality. They all
Mm-hmm.
converted to this one, and they based it off the Bible. Hey, if you don't read this Bible, you're going to hell. If you don't
Right.
believe in the Bible, you're going to hell. However, as far as words to live by, exactly, I kind of agree with what you're saying as
Mm-hmm.
how it speaks in the Bible, how you should treat people, how you should treat your family and everything like that. And I agree to that. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as being actual words to live by, no, I don't think it is, because you live by whatever you've been raised on. Number one, you live by your experiences, and you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, you live by your own thought process. You're not guided by nothing but you. There is a
So I'm gonna
higher power,
challenge you
yes.
just a little bit on that.
Okay.
Two ways. So one, you say that a lot of who you are is based on how you're brought up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And your experiences and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So if you're brought up and a lot of those teachings have been passed down based on Bible-based tenets,
Mm-hmm.
that does impact who you are. So in that respect, it does. And then point number two, like you said, when you're stuck and you say you read something, and it made the situation clear for you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or it helped point you in the direction, you were living by those words, brother.
Hmm.
You see what I mean? So, like I'm saying is,
Interesting. That's a
you
good
can't
point.
go
Those
to
are good
say
points.
Mark 1.11, Mark verse 1, chapter 5 and 6, read what you live on the paper and do exactly that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And
I just
that's
pick some numbers.
yeah,
But
I know. So some people gonna be like, it didn't say do nothing like that and there. Oh the hell, well. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people take that shit literally, bro, like to the T. Like example, since it is Pride Month, shout out to everybody celebrating Pride Month. Y'all do y'all thing out there. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, the Bible says you shouldn't do this and do that and do this. But the Bible also says you shouldn't judge and, you know what I'm saying, love thy neighbor and all that other stuff. Some people take it to the extreme versus, you know what I'm saying, taking it for what it is it's like a self-help book, basically, in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, but in some respects, it can be. I mean, and sex, there's nothing wrong with that. And again, going back to your own example, you've used it to help yourself.
Yeah.
It's definition of self-help.
Which
However,
is true.
I do agree with you is there are people that have a tendency to selectively use what's in the Bible to justify their own biases, their own hangups, their own issues, if you will. So just like you said, people hating on or people talking negatively about LGBTQ plus folks, forgetting that the Bible preaches love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just like is exactly what you said, and no judgment. It's not my place whether I agree or not. It's totally irrelevant because who am I to judge what anybody does? You know what I'm saying? Because there's shit that I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
so I was gonna say, yeah, it talks about in the Bible. If you look at a woman in a way, checking them out, it's better to pluck your eye out than to stumble.
You still got both of them.
I still got both mine. I ain't plucking my eyes out.
And you know that was the only thing why I say it's not to live by the end all be all, because the people that feel like it's the end all be all of their life, their structure, their personality, how their family should be, that's the wrong answer.
Right. And I think you have to understand what the point, like you were saying, of what is being said there.
Right.
No, you shouldn't be lusting after every woman you see as a married man, because that's how you get in all kinds of trouble. You shouldn't have your secret Instagram and social media account.
What they call them now, sneaky links or some shit like that. Your side piece. Your side piece. You can't have one of those.
Understanding, what is being taught and what are you being told, you'll understand. Because I mean, people use the Bible to justify racism.
Yeah.
But when you read it again, you realize, no. And so, I think we kind of agree that you need to read for yourself.
Yeah,
and understand.
I definitely believe that.
And you can't just be relying on being spoon fed. I mean, because there's people. I mean, like you hear about those churches where the pastor and slept with like everybody in the congregation because he done told them, that's their way to heaven. Like
and Sister James is sitting over there looking good in a flower dress. I see with that hat.
I saw on the internet that there was this lady that said her stuff was anointed, and so to save men's soul that they needed to save her. You see
I seen it. Yeah.
Now that's the kind of stuff you need to do a little more studying for.
Yeah, and that's where the perversion and the, I guess you could say, misconception or misinformation is a better term as far as the Bible goes, and that's how it was used in the past, and that's how people still use it. You know what I mean? And like you said, read it for yourself. Right. Come up to your own conclusions. You can't just base it off of, I was raised on this, so that's what it is. Or
because you could be interpreting wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to say, that's not, what I actually understood it to be. I mean, especially if you go up reading the King James version with all the thous and thou arts and thus for and
shouts.
Right, shouts. Yeah. So you're not gonna know what you read and understand it, especially as a youth. It ain't gonna make no sense to you. But I mean, now you're fortunate enough to compare in different versions and understand. But I mean, and that's what I appreciate about the church that we go to is it's not like the churches that we grew up in where it's like, oh, if you're not doing right, you going to hell. Or like if there's a teen mother in there, they basically shun her. You've seen or heard about stuff like that before,
Yeah.
where a young lady gets pregnant and she's basically blackballed in the church. She can't serve no more. She can't do nothing.
That's how. Ooh, Miss Princess gonna get me. But that's how the Jehovah
Call it
Witnesses do.
straight, man.
That's how the Jehovah Witnesses do. They'll you know what I'm saying. You mess up in the Jehovah Witnesses, they'll it's not excommunicate. That's Catholic, but it's
Yeah.
kind of on the same defellowship. I think that's what they call it.
Okay.
They pretty much cut you off for you're on probation for a time frame, and that it's not right.
Right. And I mean, the only difference between that and the next person is being, being pregnant out of wedlock is there's a physical manifestation of that sin. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Okay.
conquer that one.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, just because that, I mean, and again, when you read, all sin is created equal. You know what I'm saying? So if you cuss somebody out, but then you trying to judge somebody, you wrong on both.
Yeah, that you holding a double-edged sword.
Right. I mean, and that's
and not by the handle.
Part I think people miss out on.
Right.
It ain't my place to judge you. It's my place to help you and provide support. I mean, like for you, since you the the super daddy over there. I never came to you at a place of judgment or anything like that. It was always, I got your back.
And that's why I always appreciated these conversations we have. Even, when I start doing my own research and have my own way of thinking as far as religion and everything goes, you didn't just, no, holy water, blasphemy, holy water. You know what I'm saying? You ain't hit me up like, you understood where I was coming from.
Sure.
And you know what I'm saying? You kind of gave me, an insight to certain stuff that I saw the way I saw it. And then you showed me the way you saw it. And it makes sense because basically it's all the fucking same at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Quran, the King James, the Jehovah Witness Bible. I don't know. I think they just call it the Bible. They just got Jehovah in it instead of just God. Mormons, I don't know because I don't know who the fuck Joseph Smith is. But sure. I mean, it's relatively all the same. You know what I mean? It's no religion is higher than other. Certain people in history have used their religion to gain power and to control people and things like that.
And that's the man side of it, man. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Is that's the man side of it.
And the spiritual side is like you said, read it for yourself. Because honestly and truly, I didn't even pick up a Bible and read it until I was in basic training. That's when I read the entire Bible. Working at the prison, I read the Quran. I checked out the Mormons book for a second. You know what I'm saying? And then, I checked out the Jehovah's Witnesses Bible too. But you know what I'm saying? That's where the open mind comes in as far as that goes. Because me personally, when it comes to religion, spirituality, I want to learn everything I can learn because I have a belief that our people wasn't really Christians and all that other stuff prior, which we probably weren't, but we'll never know. However, we grew up Baptist, was raised on Baptist, you know what I'm saying? We went to the churches and everything like that. So Bibles is kind of, I don't even know how to put it really, but it's not really, I still don't feel like it's words to live by, but it's like you said, it's based off of your interpretation of it. So until you have your own interpretation of it, you really don't know shit.
Right. And I think that right there is the key. The Bible itself, the book and the teachings in the book, you can live and be a very productive, successful, positive, changeful, impactful person living by what's taught in there. You can also be that if you've never read a page.
Yeah, and you still do.
If you're looking for a barometer, if you're lost and don't know where to go, I mean, that's a good place to kind of gain your bearings and kind of get your trajectory. So in that aspect, I would still have to disagree with you that it is words to live by and it's not outdated, but you can't rely on those around you and other people to spoon feed you.
I can agree with that.
You have to be willing to have these discussions with people, and you can't just shut down because somebody's like, no, like if somebody comes to you and like the Bible's stupid, you can't just be like, oh, I can't talk to you.
Holy water.
Like you said, holy
Holy
water.
water. Explain to me why it's stupid.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's have a dialogue. What have you read? What do you know? What have you been taught? I mean, because I get like, and we going, I'll try to put this safe for YouTube. So, like things in the church, the Catholic Church in particular, those issues that have made it to the news, and I'll just leave it at that, as those issues that made it to the news. I guarantee you those that were abused would have a hard time supporting, you know what I'm saying? How that could happen to them.
And, and they probably use the same, what I'm saying? I'm just assuming here, but, they probably say, oh, well, God says you should do A, B, and C. And that particular branch of Christianity has been doing that shit since Christianity became Christianity in the first place.
Right. And that ain't for everybody. That ain't, I mean, and what I believe, those particular things that we're alluded to should never, ever, something that's cool, something that's tolerated, something that's supported. There's a special place for those that are like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I still, I'm still doing my research. I'm still learning. Even as we're talking, we're learning as far as, the Bible being words to live by. Because, at first, when we first jumped on, I seen this topic. I have my mindset. This was that, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But, after talking and having this conversation, I see where you're coming from. Right. And even if you don't read it, you're actually doing everything in the Bible still without even realize that you're fucking doing it. So I don't know if I should be cussing talking about the Bible, but that's me.
It is what it is, man.
But you know what I'm saying? And that's an excellent way to go about it. You're doing everything by the Bible, but you don't even realize you're doing it. So that's why I'm glad we have these conversations. I hope people out there watching or having these conversations too, because that's the only way we're going to understand anything whatsoever. I'm still going to do my research. I still think the Bible is filled up with stories as metaphors and examples and things like that, but it's nothing to live. I still don't feel like I'm going to live by the Bible as it's written, not my day-to-day, my experience, my personality.
And in some respects, you have to be realistic and temper your expectations from that.
Right.
Because social media didn't exist. A lot of the things we have today didn't exist. And you can't be like, you shouldn't be like those that are like, oh, it's all the devil, so I won't touch any of it.
Ricky Bobby, that's the devil. And you shouldn't, man. And you shouldn't. And I'm just, I'm one of the fortunate people to say that I've read the Bible and all these other things and am going on my own to really see what it means to me personally, because everybody interprets it different. Everybody sees it different. And a lot of people going to see this shit and, oh, he's a heathen. Holy water.
Well, and if you see this and you are charged up and angry on either side of the discussion, hit us in the comments. We can talk about it. I'm fine with that.
If y'all want us to go live, just say it. We'll do
it. Right. All right. We can bring you on and we can have a discussion. We can do it live. Fowl Language Podcast on Instagram.
Most definitely. We'll definitely do that, man. But thank you for the insight, big bro. As far as how you feel like it's words to live by and stuff like that. I really didn't think of it like that. I guess that's why you're the big brother and I'm the little brother, because I'm still learning from your ass right now. And I'm in the 30s, mid-30s.
I learn something new every day, man.
Hey, and that's what's up.
You ain't learning, you ain't living.
Yes, sir.
That'll be the quote for the day.
Threw that one on in there. He just slid that bitch.
I did.
Still, that shit in there smooth.
Not smooth like mama drinking my whiskey.
Yeah, no, this smooth. This smooth right here. So, all right, we're going off the cuff for a second. I hope you're ready.
Let's do it. We ain't done it in a while.
So we was watching Family Guy last night, right? And Peter and Chris, they would go to every hotel and just eat their breakfasts. And it made me think about Dad, because Dad would be, oh, they ain't got no continental breakfast. I can't stay there. So how important is continental breakfast to you?
It depends on where I'm going and why. Continental breakfast I don't really care about because I'm not gonna eat 90% of that stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you remember last time we were all in Augusta at that particular hotel,
Mm-hmm.
I left and went to Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
Yeah, you did. You did.
So continental breakfast I don't really care. And like I said, it depends on what we're doing. Like if I'm staying somewhere for work, I would like to have a nice full breakfast because that way I don't have to stop anywhere else or I don't have to go.
Oh, you put a muffin in your pocket and roll. Hmm.
No, man, I eat breakfast downstairs, bro.
Right on,
Instead of trying to find something on the way. I mean, that's something you can just do real quick and then get on about your day. So it's not a deal breaker. It just depends on where we're going and like if it has a kitchen or something, then I don't need it.
Yeah, but Dad was adamant. If them motherfuckers ain't got breakfast, bro, I ain't staying there.
They don't have no breakfast?
I stayed at this damn hotel. They ain't even had no breakfast anymore. And they was talking about when we go to Indiana and shit, and damn near the whole family, we're eating breakfast downstairs at the hotel. Yeah. So what time is breakfast? It's 6:10. All right, I'll be there about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Everybody calling. Okay, we going down to breakfast. All right. But I think that's just the thing, man. So let me ask you a question, man, since we off the cuff. You mentioned Family Guy, man. Do you even think people still watch Family Guy?
No. Well, yes and no. I mean, they're like at season 19, season 20. So somebody's still watching. And I just picked it up, and being with the climate it is with COVID and all that other shit, to see the Family Guy spin on it, how they don't give a shit what they say. Mm-hmm. That's what drew me back in.
Right. Like for me, I don't think I need to watch the full episodes, because you don't need them always to get the jokes.
Yeah, no.
You just need to be abreast on what's going on in the world. So if you show me like a YouTube clip of a particular joke of Stewie talking about wearing a mask or something like that, then I'm good. But I don't need to watch all the episodes
because sometimes it gets dry.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they're on season 19 or 20. Like I'm watching at 19. I don't know if they're at 20 yet.
Gosh, yeah, because I mean, The Simpsons has been on forever.
Yeah, is that still going?
So, I think so. I mean, because we watched The Simpsons when we were kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going. I remember The Simpsons arcade game, man.
Oh man, that was the shit. That was the shit. I remember we got to watch The Simpsons. And then we had to go to bed right after. You knew it was time to go to bed because the Married with Children fucking fountain would come on. And yep, it's time to go to bed.
Time to go to bed.
Love and marriage. And Dad would sit there and just watch that shit, man. We had to take our ass to bed. We knew it. They didn't even have to tell us nothing. All right, it's time to go to bed. We already knew. We waited till the last second. It's time to go to bed. Awesome shit, man.
I'm gonna play it unless Simone hear that right now. Like when it's time to go to bed, she think that you've offended her and her family. But I'm like, yo, you going to bed so late compared to what we used to have to go to bed.
You know, as soon as that shit was over.
Yeah, man. So with that, everybody, like we said, if you want to talk about any of the topics that we have covered tonight, we will be glad to meet you in the comments or on a live if you want to.
Oh yeah,
we always up to discuss anything. We don't know everything. You may put us on to something that we never thought of, and always looking for that. So
and we appreciate it.
We do. I'm always up for learning. So with that, everybody,
even if it's Kevin, you fine, and Lamar, you funny looking. I mean, we appreciate it.
You just had to throw that in there.
I did. And Matt, before we chime out, can I put one more thing in, please?
Man, you certainly can.
So when this airs, you know what I'm saying, it's already going to be out. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Melanin Warriors podcast. Yep. Latest episode just dropped today.
And Juneteenth, right?
Talking about Juneteenth, the history of Juneteenth.
Check that out.
So that's a lot of stuff I didn't even know. Like,
man.
Check that out.
Yeah.
So you already slid the quote in. So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, like I always say, man, just everybody take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll be all right. So
yes,
with that,
sir.
everybody, we out.
We out.